All right. Okay. Took a minute for me to get this set up, but it's been a while. Hey, everybody. It's Captain Shane, and I'm back with another MD-11 test flight tonight. I've been doing a lot of work on the flight model, and I want to give it a shot. Let me get some links set out on my Discord channels, and we'll get ready to get this going here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, let's drop one in here in the X-Plane 12 Discord. There we go. Cool. All right. So we're going to fly up to Portland, Oregon tonight. This is a route that I had added to a UPS recently because they didn't have it, and I noticed that there's been pretty constant MD-11 flights from UPS from Ontario to Portland and back. So I want to try it out tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about the route real quick, since I have you here. Where are we at tonight? Okay. Here's our route. We're going to be leaving Ontario, arriving in Portland, Oregon, and we have an alternate at Seattle Airport. For the departure, we're going to be using the Sunshine 5 departure. So what that means is after takeoff from 26 right, fly heading 258 to 1,460 feet, then direct to Dink. Wow. Then on track 274 to cross the Pomona VOR at or below 8,000 feet. Okay, at or below 8,000 feet. Then on track 300 to Sunshine. Alright, we got a crossing restriction at inland at or above 14,000, so I'll be monitoring that. Make sure that we get above that altitude there, and then it's on course. Okay, 25 right is what we're expecting. The weather at Ontario currently is, let's see here, VATSIM says it is 230 at 10 statute miles visibility, few clouds at 11,000 feet, scattered at 19,000, altimeter 29er, 89er, and landing and deporting on runway 26 right, and that's information X-ray. So let's adjust the altimeter. It went up a little bit here, 29er, 89. All right. That's more or less your departure briefing. Let's go ahead and check to see what ATC we have online here. All right, we have, looks like SoCal departure and center. So 12805. Well, here, you better yet, let's check here. Contact 12805 for taxi. So let's go ahead and get that programmed in here. 12805, SoCal departure, 12805. And then we're going to get center queued up in here as well. Center is going to be on 126,525. 126,525. There we go. And we got all of our radio stuff set up. Looks like our squawk code is going to be 2060. 2060. And just for good luck and good measure, let's go ahead and listen to the ATIS one more time to make sure I didn't miss anything. And ATIS is going to be on 12425. Let's go 12425. Let's tune that in and make sure nothing else has changed.
Landing and departing runway 26 right. Notices to air missions. Runway 26 left. 8 are closed. Pilots rethink runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
X-ray. Okay. Cool. So that did not change. All right. I think it's about time to get going here. Hey, Matrix. Hey, nice to hear that they've been making some improvements to it. I knew they would. It was a matter of time before they got that going. I've been making some improvements to my MD-11 tonight, and once we get airborne, I'd love to talk to you about it and show you what I've been doing to it. I'm going to be doing some flight testing tonight to see how it works. I hope it goes well. All right, let's go ahead and press on with our before start checklist. So, okay, APU. Let's start the APU. Doors and windows. Closed and latched. Auxiliary hydraulic pump 1 is on. APU power, waiting on that. So I just got back from being in Hawaii. Me and my family went to Hawaii. We were on Oahu on the North Shore, and we just got back basically like 1:30 this morning. Flight got delayed leaving Honolulu, but we're back. Kids are back with their mom now. And it was a great time. I really enjoyed Hawaii. It was very, very hot though. Like 87 degrees all day with maximum humidity. And the house we were staying in didn't have air conditioning, which I did not know until I got there. I thought it did. I just assumed that it did because mine does, but oh well. We sweated through it. Okay, just waiting on the APU. APU power available. Let's go APU power on. External power off. Parking brake set. Wheel chocks removed. Ground power unit removed. Beacon light. Let's go here. Beacon light should be on. APU bleed on. Engine ignition A. And push and start. Let's get ready on that. Let's get pointed right about there.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there a few times before, John, but it was more or less for work. So this is my first time going on vacation, and we had a great time. That water is so warm. It's unbelievable. These California beaches that I'm at are super cold. The water, anyway. And that water was so great. You can just jump right in it. Nothing.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, clear to connect. Here we go.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
10,000 feet was our initial clearance. Alright, crew, clear for engine start. Let's do it. Starting engine number 3. Button out, light on. Okay, rotation in 2. Oil pressure on the rise. %, and fuel on, fuel flow, and EGT. Okay, button in, light out. Okay, good start on engine 1 starting in, correction, good start on 3 starting 1. Button out, light on. Rotation N2. Okay, got oil pressure on the rise. Okay, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Button in, light out. Okay, good start on 1. Starting 2. Button out, light on. Rotation N2. Oil pressure. Fuel on. Fuel flow. EGT. Okay, button in, light out.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set, and looks like a good start
Disconnecting
on
tow.
engine
Stand
2.
by.
Okay, good start on 2, crew. All right, good start engines 3, 1, 2. After start checklist. Oops, not the right button. Open checklist. Okay, engine and wing anti-ice not required. It's 33 degrees Celsius outside. APU bleed is off. APU is stopped. Ground signal, standing by on that. Let's go ahead and turn on the
Tow is disconnected. Bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, see ya on the left. Thank you. Alright, let's turn the radio on.
SoCal Cessna 955 Sierra Bravo, hold short of 26 right at Whiskey.
That's us over here.
955 Sierra Papa, wind.
Right here, look at this guy.
23010. On departure, turn left direct Paradise VOR, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff. On departure, left
Okay,
direct Paradise,
hand signal.
26 right, clear for takeoff.
We'll turn the radio down just a little bit there. Okay, we got our hand signal. Alright. Taxi checklist. Flaps and slats set for takeoff. We're doing flaps 10 today. Spoiler handle. Armed. Stabilizer trim. 5 degrees. Aircraft nose up. Setting out. Takeoff data. Okay. V1, 138. VR, rotate, 161. V2, 166. V2 plus 10, 176 climb out speed. Set. Departure briefing as Sunshine 5 departure as earlier discussed. Runway 26 right. If we have an emergency at or below V1, we will stop on the runway straight ahead and exit when able, if able. If we have any sort of engine failure or anything like that, that we above V1, we're going to continue and we'll fly out and climb at V2, 166. Okay, radar. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Transponder, TARA. Nose landing light not required. Status page on config. And taxi clearance. Let's go ahead and call. Alright, crew, let's call. SoCal Departure, good evening. UPS 3502, Ontario, request taxi 26 right. We have information X-ray.
UPS 3502 Heavy, SoCal approach, runway 26 right. Taxi via Yankee, Whiskey, cross runway 26 left at Whiskey.
Okay, taxi to 26 right, Big Yankee Whiskey, and we'll cross 26 left at Whiskey, UPS 3502 Heavy. Okay, crew,
November 955 Sierra Papa, way to contact South Steve.
Turn the radio down while we. Okay. Okay. We're clear for taxi. All right. So one of the things I've done on the flight model here is I've increased the amount of rolling friction that the wheels have, so this thing doesn't get so crazy on when it's taxiing. I may have done a little too much though. It's barely moving right now.
9550 Bravo, whatever is convenient for you guys.
Alright, we're moving. Okay, nose for steering, check. Left, right. Brakes, check. Light controls. Ailerons left, 3 green. Ailerons right, 3 green. Elevator up, 2 green. Elevator down, 2 green. Rudder left, 2 green. Rudder right, 2 green. Flight controls are free and clear. Taxi checklist complete. Alright. I think I maybe turned the rolling friction up just a little too much, so I'll dial that back a little bit. I should need this much thrust to get going here. There is an uphill slope though leaving the UPS ramp. That is part of the issue. Okay, engine 1 idle. Engines 2 and 3 I'm going to keep the thrust in. Engine 2 back a little bit, leave engine 3 in. Okay, crew coming left.
Number 9550 Papa, turn right, heading 250 vectors T-Bug. Right, 250 vectors.
Now we're off that slope, leaving the ramp. Okay, before takeoff checklist, status page, set the engine. EAD checked, green box. Exterior lights set for takeoff. Let's get landing light, taxi light, strobe lights on. Runway turn off lights on. Checked and confirmed. We'll wait on the radar switch until we're closer to the runway. Alright, looks like we're going to have 105.2 for our takeoff N1. I'm using a Flex 45 today. It's kind of hot. I want to add a little extra juice getting out of here. Actually, this rolling friction might actually be really good. I'm actually happy with it. Okay, and the controller cleared us to cross 26 left. Let's go ahead and check the arrival end. Clear, departure in, clear. Alright, let's give her some juice. We're going uphill again. Yeah, there's another uphill slope here on this taxiway going up towards 26 right. Yeah, definitely dialing back the rolling friction just a little tiny bit. Okay. Hold short 26 right. Alright, let's go ahead and do radar switch.
Center 116.
And takeoff clearance.
Niner, right push and start.
Listen to this kid. Oh, it's so cute.
What was the call sign again?
American 116. At gate Niner.
How old is this guy?
Looking for push and start clearance.
Aww.
American 116.
Oh, that's so cute.
Country 116, SoCal approach, push and start on the taxiway Alpha approved, face north.
Good for them.
Facing north, American 116.
3502, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, wind 23010.
Okay, clear for takeoff. 26 right, UPS 3502 heavy. All right, crew, clear for takeoff. Yeah, way too much rolling friction here.
November 955, Sierra Papa, clear direct EVOX.
Direct EVOX, 955 Sierra Papa.
Okay, arrival end is clear, departure end is clear. Clear for takeoff. Let's go nav armed, profile alarm. All right, and the runway heading is 25 right. 285, 258. That's what I meant. Okay, let's bring the engine up. We're gonna do keep it rolling here.
November 955, Sierra Papa, 8 miles from EVOX, cross
Okay.
EVOX, at or
Engine
above
stabilized. Auto flight.
300.
Takeoff
Clear
thrust.
RNAV Zulu, runway 20 right approach.
At about 3300, clear for RNAV Zulu, 955 Sierra Papa. SoCal approach, United 447 with you, descending Angels 4 arrival,
Thrust set.
flight level 240, descending.
United 447, SoCal approach, at Circus.
80 knots.
Cleared ILS,
Takeoff
runway
clamp.
25 left approach.
At Circus, cleared 25 left approach, United 447.
Spirit Wave 100, back with you again. We're going to try this one.
B1.
more time. Have information India, and we're ready to taxi.
Rotate.
Speedways 100, SoCal approach, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
You're up.
Thank you. Fairway 100.
UPS 3502 heavy, radar contact, stay altitude.
Climbing through 2,200 for 10,000. UPS 3502 heavy. Auto flight.
Roger.
Departure, very good afternoon. Hotel Zulu Alpha 3. We got a permission India. Ready for push and start.
Aircraft calling SoCal approach, say call sign.
Hotel Zulu Alpha 3, sir.
Hotel Zulu Alpha 3, SoCal approach, push and start approved, expect runway 25 right for departure.
Push and start is approved. Expect runway 25 right for departure. Hotel Zulu Alpha 3. Thank you very much.
Okay, 250 pitch. Let's go flaps retract.
UPS 3502 heavy, climb via the Sunshine 5 departure, contact LA Center 126.52.
Okay, 2652 for UPS 3502, and we'll climb via the departure. Hold on. Okay, so let's retract. Let's go call center. LA Center, good evening. UPS 3502 heavy with you. Climb through 5,000 for 10,000. Sunshine 5 departure.
PS 3502 LA Center radar contact correction. Climb maintain flight level 360.
Okay, climb maintain flight level 360. UPS 3502 heavy. Okay, crew cleared up to 36,000.
1524 descend via the Angel 4 arrival Ontario, upgrade 29er
29er, 89er, and descend via the engine for JetBlue 1524.
American 9366, cross school at flight level 250.
Yeah, that. Sorry, you got cut off a little bit there, American 9366.
Cross school at flight level 250.
Pitch seems a little high. I wonder if that's part of, if maybe my changes weren't
Can you say that
right.
one more time? I'm
Seems a
sorry.
little bit steep for
Cross school at flight level 250.
250 pitch. Keep that in mind. Should write that down.
Cross school at level 250, American 9366. School at flight level 250, American 9366.
All right, 349 pitch. We need to get to inland at or above 14,000. So I'm gonna go vertical speed to 2,000 feet a minute. Make sure we get there, and we'll let the profile take over after that. All right, after takeoff checklist.
Speed 53 and right 12 right, clear for the option.
Hey, landing gear up, lights out. Spoiler handle.
12 right, clear for the option, last 253.
Disarm. Auto brakes. Off. Flaps and slats are up. Takeoff selector, 15 degrees.
Request taxi to parking.
EAD checked, no alerts. Exterior lights, landing light, taxi light. Runway turn-off lights are off.
Roger.
Altimeters.
Right traffic, 12 right, last 253.
Waiting on that, 18,000. Now we need to get above and land. We need to cross that at or above 14,000 feet. We should make that. Alright, once I know that we're above, once I know we're gonna make that, I'll go back to profile. Yeah, we're totally gonna make that. Let's go profile. Climb thrust, 349 pitch. Alright, cool. Alright, crew, on course. Where are we at here? Let's see. Performance 56 miles till top climb in about 7 minutes. So, this might be interesting for you guys. So, I flew on a 787-9 to and from Hawaii. Okay? And I did a little bit of checking on the climb speed. I basically started stopwatch from the minute the brakes were released until the end of the flight. It took us 27 minutes from takeoff until we leveled out at cruising altitude for that 787 to get to cruising altitude. And that's one of my big gripes with this MD-11 and XP-12 is it just climbs way too fast. Way too fast. And I'm gonna start experimenting with how to fix that. Because it should not take us 10 minutes to get to flight level 360, okay? It took a 787 27 minutes. Alright, altimeters 2992 standard. 2992. After takeoff checklist complete. Anyway, as I was saying, this MD-11 climbs way too fast, and it's not the aircraft, it's the flight model. And that's something I've been working on for a while. It just climbs too fast. Anyway, just thought I'd give you that information. 27 minutes from takeoff to top of climb.
Departure American.
And we could not have been that heavy. No way. Not going to Honolulu. It's only 2,500 miles.
Again, 319, say again.
American 319, heard the push back stop.
American 319, contact SoCal approach 128.05.
Diagram frequency, emergency record.
128.05.
Roger, contact 48, additional 05.
Last 253 returning base for 12 right, requesting touch and go. Last 253 runway 12 right, clear for the option. 12 right, clear for the option, last 253. Over 24 Tango Bravo across the boogie at 15,000, speed 250.
Hey, got a little bit of a return on the weather radar off to the right. You can see that there. This weather over here,
Cross boogie 15,000 to 50.
you can see it on the weather radar.
Bravo.
Las Vegas Center, 768 Foxtrot Sierra is leaving 4,000, climb it at 7,000. November 768 Foxtrot Sierra, LA Center, climbing radar contact, climbing maintain flight level 230. Climb and maintain flight level 230, 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
American 116 at flight level 7,000 feet.
Flight level 7,000 feet.
Over
Aww.
here from departure.
American 116, LA Center, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Aww.
Climb maintain flight level 290 and tell me when go direct.
American 116, you should already be direct.
Sorry about that.
Ah, he's trying, guys. I think that's cool. That kid loud like he's 12, but you know what?
Vegas Center, 768 Foxtrot Sierra is heading
Good for
259.
him for being out here and doing this stuff. He'll learn. He'll learn as he does it longer.
November 768 Foxtrot Sierra, clear for Oasis. Direct Oasis, 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
Expert Wings 100, LA Center, climbing through 6,600 for 17,000.
Spirit Wings 100, LA Center, climbing maintain flight level 350.
North 350, Spirit Wings 100.
Good evening, LA Center. Spirit Wings 512 climbing through 15,000.
Okay, 300. I still think our
Spirit Wings
pitch is a
512, LA
little
Center,
bit high.
climbing maintain flight level 280.
Keep that in mind. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're pitching because we're climbing through, trying to get to this 834 pitch. That could be what it is.
LA Center, Alaska 776, pass and 7,500.
Alaska 776, LA Center, climbing maintain flight level 340.
340, Alaska 776.
Eight Foxtrot Sierra has a traffic in sight. November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, no traffic here. I must have real world traffic turned on. I need to turn that off. 8 Foxtrot Sierra. American 9366, radar services terminated. Change your resident of the approved.
Over to advisory frequency. Have a good night, American 9366.
Okay, weather's still off to the right.
LA Center, good evening, November 7-2, Mike Echo, type Cessna 182. We just took off from Boulder City. We'd like flight following to Uniform 55.
Thousand to go.
November 7-2, Mike
So,
Echo, LA Center, verification. Welcome
It only took our MD-11 13 minutes to climb up to 360, which is way too fast. So I'm gonna have to really look into that and how to deal with that, because that's just, it's too much.
Affirmative. 8
It's
Foxtrot
way too
0.
fast.
Roger.
All right, let's see how this altitude capture goes today. Not looking too good right off the bat. Actually, really terrible.
LA Center left 253 established on the downwind for 12 right, requesting one last touch and go and then depart to the north.
I need to work on that altitude capture a bit.
253, runway 12 right, clear. Clear for the option on the go, make a left cross departure. Clear for the option 12 right, make left crosswind departure.
Look at this altimeter. What is going on with this? What is this? What is going on here?
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, have a route new and vessel ready to copy. 8 Foxtrot Sierra is ready to copy. November 8 Foxtrot Sierra clears the Burbank International Airport via present position, direct glazed Cheney 5 arrival. Direct Glade and then the Cheney 5 arrival, 8
Okay.
Foxtrot Sierra.
Well, I think we got the altitude now. Hopefully it stays that way.
Golf Lima Alpha Zulu Delta and then Cheney 5 arrival. Glade and then the
Yeah.
Cheney 5
Send
arrival.
this
Can you
radio
text
down.
that to me as well, 8 Foxtrot Sierra?
Okay, well, we're cruising now. Let's see what we got. Okay, fuel looks good.
November 72, Mike Echo, see.
673 miles to go, 334 estimated time overhead. So that's about an hour, a little less than an hour and a half to go.
November 72, Mike Echo, squawk 6733.
Okay, now that we're at cruise, we'll go ahead and take our radar and set it to point straight ahead. I want to see what's straight out in front of us.
Ellis Center, November 2 Breaker, Papa at North Las Vegas, would like to say the traffic patterns
All right, so I want to talk about some of the changes that I've been working on this MD-11. Clearly, the altitude capture is the problem, and I'll see what I can do about that. But take a look at this. I want to show you guys something. Where's it at? Check this out. So, bear with me here as I talk about this. So one of the issues that I'm having with the MD-11 is, especially during landing, when the ground spoilers deploy, it slams the nose into the ground, like really, really hard, and it's driving me nuts because there's nothing I can do to stop it. I've tried everything. I've been messing with the elevators, the trim, all that stuff, and nothing is helping. So what I did was I built a second wing. If you can see here in Plane Maker, I built a second wing behind the main wing and gave it an airfoil that has basically no lift and no drag. And I moved the speed brakes back aft of the actual center of lift, with the hope that the speed brakes being further back will cause less of a nose down pitching moment and more of a nose up pitching moment. So we're going to test fly this tonight and see if this has any effect. Okay, we're to Unicom 228 UPS 3502. So long. Okay, that's us.
LA Center left 25.
Okay, so I built a second wing, but it has no lift and no drag, but the speed brakes have been removed from this wing and put on this wing, and I'm going to see if that helps us with our derotation on landing tonight. I hope so. Now, if you look, obviously there's no second wing, right? Because it's not really there, it's only there when the speed brakes come up, right? It's all in the flight model. So this is the level that I'm going to get the handling of the aircraft correct on landing, because right now what tends to happen, despite my best efforts, is that the nose just nosedives as soon as I touch down if the speed brakes come up, and they need to come up. The ground spoilers need to deploy because they dump lift and they help slow you down. I need those to work, but I don't need them to pile driving the nose into the ground. So let's see how this works tonight. Now I was over on the X-Plane Discord, and I'm on the developers side of it. You can look over here. I'll show you. X-Plane. I'm over here on the developers thing, and I was talking to some people here about it. And we were talking about it. Initially, I tried it with the wing out front, and I wasn't getting what I wanted, so I moved it aft. And the next thing to do, if this does not work, is to move it vertically up as well. So aft and up, to see if that gives us the nose-up pitching moment that we want when the speed brakes extend. So I'm hoping it works. And as you can see, it's really not affecting anything in flight, right? Our stab trim is good, right? That's very good. Our cruising attitude is more or less correct. We're about 2.5, 3 degrees nose up. That's right. Airspeed's good. The fuel burn's good. So we're not creating excess drag with this configuration. So that's kind of why I wanted to try this out. I'm looking for alternatives to help keep that nose up when we land, and fly the nose to the runway and not just let it dump on me, because I can't stand that. That's the worst. We'll see how it works. Altitude's holding steady. The capture wasn't so great. I'll work on seeing if I can tune that out. But the pitch looks good. The fuel burn looks good. Happy with it all. We got about 58 minutes till top of descent. I think what we're going to do now is we'll take a look at SimAware as we're flying. So here's where we're at right now currently. We just left LA Center's airspace right here. Wow, look at San Francisco tonight. That place is popping. 777s all over the place. Yeah, okay. I want to see how many MD-11s are flying tonight. Because you know, a few weeks ago when the TFDI MD-11 came out, all these crazy wannabe MD-11 pilots came out of the woodwork and it was clogging up the air. And apparently, it's still pretty popular. So it's the fourth most popular aircraft on SimAware right now. Of course, the PMDG 777-300ER is still the king. And then you're always going to have a lot of 737-800s and A320s. Because it's simply the most common aircraft there is, right? But 22 MD-11s flying around online right now. I want to show you something fun. Check this out. FlightAware.com. Watch this. This is all of the MD-11s that are flying around in the world today. Right now. 5, 10, 15. There's about 18 MD-11s flying around the world right now. Okay? There's more MD-11s on VATSIM right now than there are MD-11s flying around in the real world right now. Isn't that funny? Let's see if there's any flights that look good. Pittsburgh. Harrisburg. Harrisburg International. Really? Baltimore. Richmond International. Wow. I've seen a lot of exotic MD-11 flights now. Baltimore, Richmond, Harrisburg. That's pretty good stuff. Unfortunately, most of it's going to Louisville. Nothing in and out of Ontario tonight. Now let's try this. There's 144 777-300 ERs flying around. Let's see how many there are flying around in reality. That can't be right. Is it 777? Is it 77W? Nope. Is it 777W? No. What is the code? Oh, B77W. Okay. So this makes sense. There's 300 and check this out. 376 777-300 ERs flying around in the sky right now. It's 1,560 Airbus A320s and 1,540 737-800s. But man, look at that. 376 777-300 ERs. That's really cool. I mean, Boeing, they really hit the jackpot on that thing, didn't they? Alright, so right now we're flying over the San Joaquin Valley in California. You can see here on the map this this green area here is the San Joaquin Valley. One of the most fertile agricultural locations in the world. And over Fresno here. I've been to Fresno before, guys. I can tell you, it's nowhere you want to go. I got nothing good to say about Fresno. All right. Okay. So I'm on the new X-Plane update, and I gotta say, I'm not loving this glare right here. That's a bit much. I know it's the sun reflecting off the clouds, but I don't recall getting glare like that before. It's a little blown out. I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I'll look into it later on. By the time we get to Portland, it should be getting kind of dark, so that shouldn't be a big concern. I have not. Oh, hey, how's it going, I hope I say your name right. Zerdino, number 10. Zerdino, number 10. Nice to meet you, man. I don't think I've seen your name on my streams before. I'm out here doing some flight testing on my MD-11. I made some changes to try to help with the derotation on landing, because the way this flight model was before, it just nose drives it in. I'm from Southern California myself, so I'm flying for UPS currently, and well, UPS Virtual Airlines. I'm not a real pilot, and my home base is Ontario International Airport. That's my hub, and that's actually where my primary airport is too, because I'm from, within an hour of Ontario Airport, so that's where I'm flying UPS Ontario hub. Well, nice to meet you. I do flight simming stuff on this channel, and I also play a turn-based strategy game called War in the Pacific. It's a World War II turn-based strategy game from the Pacific War, and many consider it to be the greatest turn-based strategy game ever made. I think it is. So if you like flight simming, please stick around. I've got. Oh, you're a real pilot. Are you from Brazil, perhaps? Where are you from? A real pilot. Well, let's talk real pilot stuff, man. You can educate me on some things. Australia. Oh, okay. Do you fly for Qantas or some other domestic airline over there? Oh, the Boeing 777. Wow, that's cool. What variant? The 200, the 200, the 300 ER. Which 777 variant do you fly, or are you able to fly multiple ones? I would assume they have a same type rating. You know, it's funny that you mentioned the 777. I was just talking about that. So I was looking at how many Boeing 777-300 ERs are flying right now in the world. There's 376 currently airborne, and that seems to track pretty well with SimAware, which is VATSIM, which I'm on right now. There's 144 of those. It's one of the most popular ones. The reason that this aircraft is so popular, of course, is the PMDG released a 300ER a month or two ago for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so everybody, of course, is flying that. But I'm over here trucking away on my old beat up MD-11 because that's what I do. I haul cargo now, virtually, of course. I don't claim to be a real pilot. I'm a real aircraft mechanic, but not a real pilot. I just play one on TV. What in the world is that? I guess that's supposed to be some sort of clear turbulence, but it sounds like somebody is knocking over a catering cart or something in the back. Hey, everybody okay back there? Everybody okay over there? Let me check. Are you guys good? Be careful, all right? Thanks. Jeez. So I've always found it interesting, Zerdino, if I'm saying your name right, that you're a real pilot flying a wide-body aircraft, but you're on YouTube watching a fake pilot fly a sim. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I would think you'd get bored of this because, like, there's nothing that I can show you that you don't already know and then some. But all the same, I'm glad to have you with us. It's cool to have a real pilot with us. I'm curious as to why, and I mean this in the nicest way, I'm not trying to scare you off, why you would like to spend your time watching me as opposed to doing something else. I'm not trying to dissuade you, of course. I mean, maybe you can critique my procedures. Oh, you're bored. Okay, well, you can critique my checklist operations and my procedures and all that stuff. If you choose to stay aboard, I wouldn't mind a critique. I don't claim to be the best at this. I try to keep it as realistic as I possibly can, right? But you know, there's some limitations that I just can't do. I'm not a real pilot, and I've never flown a real MD-11, so I may do some stuff wrong. You never know. I do. Who, me? A proud American. Oh man, hold on. Wait a minute. Do I have a USA flag emoji in here? We need one. Where's the flags? There's no USA flag in here, man. Whatever. If you're asking me if I like the MD-11, yes, absolutely. I love it. I love the MD-11. I've always loved it. Since the 1990s, I've loved the MD-11s. I have a fondness for tri-jets. I think it's an aesthetically beautiful design, if you look at it. I mean, look at this thing. It's gorgeous. Tell me that there's a better looking airplane flying around today. You're not, and I won't believe you. This thing is just beautiful. And they don't make them anymore, and they never will again. So it's a bygone era, but we're still able to do it today. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for some American flags and some eagles. Oh yeah, I'm on VATSIM. So I've been streaming here for about an hour. You missed my takeoff. I had SoCal departure and LA Center as I left Ontario, and I am flying on VATSIM right now. Here, let me get SimAware back up. Let's go back to map. So here we are. I left here. You can see us. We taxied out of the UPS ramp. There's our pushback. Taxi departed on runway 26 right with SoCal departure, and then we swapped over to center, and now we're on Unicom because Oakland Center is not online. But I only fly online, and you can see there's me. I don't fly offline. I don't do anything but online flying. So, a proud American, I'm in the Air Force as well. I'm an aircraft mechanic, hydraulic systems mechanic on KC-135s. I used to work C-17s as well. Well, let me take it back a step. I don't work anymore. I'm in supervision now. I work on a desk now, but my career field is aircraft hydraulic systems in the Air Force. 2A675. Well, actually 2A690 now is my AFSC because I'm supervision, but so I'm not, and I do have about 30 hours in a Cessna 172. I was working on my private pilot thing, but I had to stop because my flight school shut down last year. And it's just, and also, honestly, I don't like flying in the summer in Southern California. It's too hot. The density altitude is always an issue. Density altitude's an issue, and it's just dang hot in the plane. So I'll probably pick it up again, you know, in the fall, in the winter. Winter time out in California is really nice, so it's a great time to fly. I'm really surprised, Zardino, that a lot of pilots watch gamers fly. I really hope I put on a good show for you. I hope you'll stick around for my approach and landing and all that stuff, because I would love to hear what you think about it. And I'm not proud. I take criticism. If I'm doing something wrong, if you have the experience, you know, let me know. Your dad flew KC-135s from 2009 to 2012. Well, that's pretty cool. I've been working KC-135 since 2007. Maybe I ran into him in LUD somewhere at one point on a deployment. All right, so one thing I like to do here as we're doing some in-route stuff is do my fuel checks. So I'll bust up my flight plan here. Let me show it to you guys. So LIN VOR is the next fix. I'm at March Air Force Base in Southern California, near Riverside. Okay. So we're coming up to the Linden VOR, and I'm going to bust out the flight plan here. And let's do a fuel check. I like to make sure that we're tracking on that. So looking at Lynn VOR. Where's it at? Linden. We should have 34.3 pounds of fuel on board at Linden. 34.3. So let's take a look here. We'll go to the fuel page. We're going to go to progress. So what we should have at Linden as we cross it is 34.3. Right now we are 35.5. So obviously we're looking pretty good on our fuel planning here. A little bit above target, but that's okay. And the reason that I do these fuel checks en route every 20-30 minutes or so is to make sure that we don't have any fuel leaks or anything like that. So obviously if we're plus or minus 1,000 pounds off of the projected fuel burn, that's fine, right? But if we're like at 20,000 pounds of fuel when we should be at 34.3, clearly we have a problem, right? And that's what I like to check to make sure that we don't have any fuel issues and that our fuel planning is correct. And these fuel leaks can be very insidious on an aircraft. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big gusher, right? You're not going to always see just a big stream of fuel coming out the back of the plane with like a Marmon clamp busts on a fuel line. Obviously, you're going to be dumping fuel out like crazy, and you'll see that easily. But slow fuel leaks are harder to detect, and that's why I do these fuel checks, because that's when you'll start noticing a slower fuel leak is during those fuel checks. So the next check we're going to do is at Romeo Bravo Lima VOR, and if we take a look at our flight plan here, that is Red Bluff. We should have 30,100 pounds of fuel, more or less, when we cross Red Bluff. I'm sure we'll be a little bit over that, but if we're under that, I need to know how much. The way I do my fuel planning on the MD-11, is I always try to land with 20,000 pounds of fuel aboard. That is probably a bit excessive for a domestic flight, because that still gives us plenty of alternate fuel, holding fuel. We have everything we need. I like the way the aircraft flies with that kind of weight on board, and I like having that extra fuel, and it's come in handy on more than one occasion. For example, about a month ago, and you can find the stream on my channel if you like, we were flying into JFK, and it was super slammed there, man. People were holding left and right. There was the approach controllers were stacking people up really close. He got me so close to the aircraft in front of me, landing on, what was it, 22 left or something, that I flew into his wake turbulence, right? Anyway, I'm on short final, and the guy's still on the runway, and I'm calling the tower and saying, hey, I'm on short final, and no landing clearance, aircraft on the runway, so I had to go around. And after I went around, they had me flying out in outer space for 20 minutes, trying to resequencing me back in. And I burned a ton of fuel because I was at like 4,000 feet with flaps 15, just putzing along and just really high deck angle, burning all kinds of fuel at low altitude because they had me out flying circles out to sea, getting me back into the approach. So I ended up landing with like 12,000 pounds of fuel on board, which is, okay. But if I had planned anything less than what I brought with me, it would have been an issue. So I like 20,000 pounds. If I'm going oceanic, like flying out, over the Atlantic, doing like a NAT, or going out to like Honolulu, I carry about 25,000 pounds of fuel. A little contingency extra. That's just the way I like to do it. I don't know how real MD-11 pilots plan their fuel. I've heard 20,000 pounds of fuel before, but I haven't actually confirmed it. I actually know some pilots at Western Global, and I think I could probably just ask them, like, hey, what's a typical landing fuel weight for you, or landing fuel load? What do you guys plan for? They'll tell me. He tells me all kinds of secret stuff. I'm sworn to secrecy, so I won't ever tell you his name. But he gives me good operational information about Western Global and their MD-11 ops, which is really cool. Yep. I try to talk like a real pilot. I don't always get it right, but I try. But I do have an aircraft maintenance background, so I feel qualified to speak about fuel leaks because I've seen 1,000 of them. That's something you don't need to be a pilot to know about fuel leaks and what they do, how they work. A little more. Somebody's messing with the catering cart again. Hey guys, can you keep it down back there? Thanks. Those crazy jump seaters. Alright. So we're cruising at 360. That was our initial altitude that we filed. I could go up to 380, but there's really no benefit to that. Obviously, the max is... We could go up to flight level 400 if you really wanted to. But at our current gross weight, at that altitude, we would have a very, very high deck angle. And we'd actually probably end up burning more fuel than we're burning now, even though it's much higher, because we'd have so much more induced drag with the nose up that high. So there's really no benefit to climbing up any higher right now. We're just a little bit below the optimal. Going up to 380 right now, I don't see the benefit to it. In fact, tell you what, let's do an experiment. Let's go up to 380 and see what the fuel burn would be at there, see if it's any better. My theory is that it won't be better at 380. So, okay, let's take it out now. We're burning, let's call it 15,000 pounds of fuel an hour on all three engines, right? Let's take it up to 380 and see what we get for that. Let's do it. Alright, crew. Clear to 380. Let's do it. Vertical alert. Heading up. Okay. Climb limit. Let's take it up to 380 and see if the fuel burns any better up there. Thousand feet a minute. We don't need to do... We'll put it back in profile when we get up there. Thousand to go. See if we get better burn up here. I don't think we will. All right, let's see. Let's see when the engines kind of stabilize here and we get the altitude captured correctly. Let's see what kind of fuel burn we end up with. All right, already you can see our deck angle about 4 degrees. That's getting a little bit nose high there for what I like. Alright. So, waiting on the engines to settle out here. Right off the bat, I'm seeing a higher fuel burn up here. So, when we left flight level 360, we were doing we were burning 5,000 pounds of fuel per hour per engine, and up here, we're burning a bit more because we have more induced drag because we're very heavy for this altitude. So we could go up to flight level 400, like I said, but there's no benefit to that because we're cruising nose up too high. So we added 3,000 pounds of fuel burn an hour for this. Now, why would we want to go up to 380? Obviously, it's not more efficient, but like say we had some weather and the tops of the clouds or the weather that we saw is below 380 and we want to climb above it. The aircraft will physically do it, but not as efficiently as we were at 360. So what I'd like to do now is take it right back down to 360 where the aircraft clearly wants to be. And we'll take a vertical speed, 1,000 feet a minute, back down to 36,000. And now it thinks that we're at our top of climb, and that's not correct. So we'll go into the FMC and put 360 back in there so it knows that that's our cruise altitude. Oh, what do you mean it's out of range? Whatever. Thing wigs out every now and then. Well, I'll deal with that in a minute. It's not out of range. I will take it back down. I've had this happen before with the FMC where it kept saying that the 1,000 to go, that the cruising altitude was out of range because we're not at descent yet. It's not the top of descent. There we go. And let's go profile. Okay, there we go. Everything's back to normal. Back to 360, and our fuel burn is already looking a lot better there, so. Okay, so when I'm flying, how I like to do it is the pilot flying, which is typically me in the left seat. I'll have the flight plan in this FMC, and I'll have the miscellaneous stuff on the right, like the progress page, the performance page, your approach and landing, takeoff stuff. I put on the other pilot not flying side. But the flight plan I want here in case I need to make corrections to go direct to something or put in a hold. If I'm flying the plane more or less through the FMC and the autopilot flight control panel. Hey, Tactical Pigeon, nice to see you back. It's been a while. I've been in Hawaii. I got back from Hawaii last night. I was there for about 5 days on North Shore in Oahu. Took the family on a vacation there. It was really nice, but I missed flying and I wanted to do some flight testing with some changes I made to the ground spoilers on this thing, just to see if I'd keep it from pile driving the nose into the ground when we land. Okay, we got a fuel check coming up here at Red Bluff, 1.5 minutes. Oh man, yep. Low oil pressure will do it, man. But see, that's why I fly MD-11s, because if I lose one engine, it's no big deal. I got two more. I got a spare. You twin engine guys, it's an emergency, I guess, when you guys lose an engine. What's that like? Well, I'm glad you survived it. All right, Red Bluff, right here. We should have 30.1 fuel as we cross. So let's take a look here. So 6 nautical miles to go. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're a little bit over that. All right, fuel check coming up. Okay, so we are overhead at Red Bluff with 31.1 pounds of fuel aboard. Flight plan says we're supposed to have 30.1, so we're doing good. Now, the reason that we burned a little bit extra fuel is we went up to 380 just to do a little experiment. So we kind of burned some fuel climbing and burned some fuel just sitting up there. Still looking good for a 20,000 pound arrival at PDX, though. Alright, how long do we have until top of descent? Okay, about 23 minutes. 23 minutes. So about 10 minutes. 23 minutes. About 10 minutes from now, we'll start talking about the our approach and descent stuff into PDX. It's been a long time since I've been there. Oh yeah, Dallas. Are you at Dallas Fort Worth or somewhere else, or K-Dal? X-Plane 11. I don't know. I've never had X-Plane 11. I just had X-Plane 12. I think it's pretty. Right now. Look at that little green visor. It moves. Doesn't work very well, though. Yeah, I fly into Fort Worth a lot with UPS. That's a pretty big destination. All right. Well, tell you what, guys. I'm gonna step away for about 2 minutes. I need to get some more drink here, and then when we come back, we'll start talking about our descent and approach into Portland, Oregon, which I have not flown into in about 14 years on a simulator. The last time I did it, I was flying for Delta Virtual Airlines, and of course it was an MD-11, but it was Flight Simulator X, FSX, and it was a passenger variant. I used to love going from Atlanta to Dallas. I'm sorry, Atlanta to Portland, and Portland over to Taipei and back. Taipei obviously is in Taiwan. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna get a drink, and then we can talk about the next steps here. Okay, crew, I'm back. Got myself a nice little drink here. Let's go ahead and talk about Portland while we have the time. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at the weather of Portland right now. Alright, so 300 at 10, gusting to 19, so we have a 9-knot gust. So right off the bat, that's going to add about 5 knots to our approach speed. We need to add half the gust. Head statute miles visibility, sky clear, temperature 207, altimeter 3001. Visual approach 28 left is in use. Runway 28 left, glide slope, critical area not protected. Okay, it's fine. We're visual anyway. Let's see here. Caution for increased bird activity. Okay. Information Yankee. All right. 300 at 10, gusting 19. So here's the airport diagram here. No, that's the approach. I want the airport diagram. So we're going to be landing on 28 left. And then where is the cargo at? Where is the cargo at? I don't even know where we're supposed to go. Alright. I'm gonna go check old Google Maps here and see where the heck cargo aircraft land at PDX, because I don't even know. I kind of like to know where I'm taxiing before I get there, so we know. It kind of helps us to figure out what intersections we want to shoot for when we're landing. So let's go. Portland, Oregon International Airport. Okay. Take a little satellite view here. What do we got? Aha! Found it. There's a prime aircraft there. Couple. I see a FedEx MD-11 there. Tell you what, we'll park where the prime jet's parked at. I think that'll work. So according to my information, they're way the heck down here. Check this out. Okay, so down here on the south ramp, kind of in this area here, is where we're going to be parking tonight. So 28 left works good for us. I don't think I can make that Foxtrot high-speed turnoff, so let's try for Echo. I think that's doable. I'd have to get on the brakes really hard, and I don't really want to do that, so let's aim for Echo. And unfortunately, if we don't make Echo, we're going all the way to the end of the runway for a full-length rollout, which is a bit excessive with an 11,000-foot runway. So let's aim for Echo. I think we can do that. Okay? And we're taxiing to the south cargo ramp. We're going to be on the Timbers 2 RNAV arrival. With the Machu... I don't know why it says Moxie. We're picking up the Machu intersection here. And we're actually going to not fly it all the way like this. We're actually going to take the 28 left approach, and from Vance, we're going to fly to the Maver transition here. Okay. And we're going to fly the ILS 28 left into PDX. So I'll show you that on our nav display. All right, let's go. Plan. Follow me along on the plan here. So Machu, Eyeball, Aaron, Moxie, Port, Timbers, Vance, and then we're going to transition over to Maver. And that's going to be the Maver transition into the ILS 28 left approach. Okay? Any crossing restrictions we need to take a look at? Let's do that now. So, okay, I guess Moxie is a point then. Alright, so on this Timbers 2 arrival, Moxie at or above flight level 240, Portland 270 knots in between 240 and 11,000. Timbers 270 knots at or above 11,000. Vance 250 knots, less than 15 but at or above 11 there. And then from Vance, we're not going to Flower. We're going to go towards Maver. And by Hipster, that's our radar fix. Hipster, we want to be at 3,700. Okay, let's make sure that's all in there. Okay, so Moxie at above 40. Portland 17.5, 270 knots. Alright, I'm going to take this out just so we don't get any confusion here. We don't need that crossing restriction because it's going to fly 250 at 13,000 advance. And from there, Hipster at or above 3,700. I don't like that. We're going to go at 3,700. It helps the FMC. It helps the FMC plan better how to get down there. Cool. And by that point, we should be on the ILS. Okay, missed approach stuff. We can talk about missed approach. Okay, in the event of a go-around or missed approach at runway 2728 left, we're going to fly to 2,100, and then climbing left-hand turn to 4,000, inbound this, what's it called? Newburgh Radial 360 to Newburgh VOR and hold. Okay. Highly unlikely that we're going to have to fly this exactly as published because we don't have a lot of traffic in here, so we're not going to be in anybody's way. All the same, I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff into my NavRed radio as a backup, even though it automatically tunes this stuff for me. I just like to have it backed up. So let's do the ILS frequency is 110.5. And the course is 283. So I like to put the ILS on the left-hand pre-select. And then the Newburgh VOR 360 radial, 117.4, 360. We'll put that right there. And this is what we're going to fly after our climbing left-hand turn. We're going to fly down there and hold there. And of course, on the flight plan, you'll see that that's already in there. The hold at UBG is already in. Cool. Hop of descent, 52 nautical miles, 6 minutes. Interesting. I wonder why we dropped so much altitude there. Odd. Autopilot's acting up a little bit. Having some issues holding altitude here. Look at this thing. Hold on.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Give it a hand here. See if we can get it to capture the altitude. Alright, let's try that. Alright, hopefully it can hold that altitude a little better. Nope. It's trying to. I'll write it up. A limo's pulling up to your plane. Oh, you got some VIPs on board, huh? I don't know limos coming to my plane. Hey, 14 miles to top of descent. We'll go ahead and get our descent checklist ready to go. So landing data. Let's talk about landing data real quick. So landing gross weight is going to be estimated at 435,000 pounds. Approach speed is 159, but remember we have 9 knot gust, so let's add 5 knots to that. We're gonna make that 164. So the approach is 164 at flaps 35. We can manage that. It's a long runway, so no big deal. Okay. Looking for taxiway echo turn off. Approach briefing is already performed. Radar. Let's turn that tilt 5 degrees down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can kind of see what we're descending into. And I'm going to go ahead and set our altimeter down to 10,000 feet. I like to stop at 10,000 feet to make sure I get his aircraft slowed down. Okay, crew, we're starting down. Profile to flight level 240. Windshield anti-ice is not required. I don't anticipate running into any icing on the way down. Decision height. Okay. So we're on the ILS 28 left approach. The decision height is 283 feet radar altimeter. That's a little bit different. 283. Huh. Oh. Maybe because of these obstructions along the way. I don't know. 283. Okay. So let's get that put in. Radar altimeter is 283 is our decision height. Okay. Set. and the minimum descent altitude. Coming from the direction we're coming in, it's going to be 6,000 feet. 6,000 feet from the BTG VOR. Battleground VOR. Okay. Noted. Probably because it's high terrain over here. Okay, got it. Seatbelts. On. Altimeters. Okay, waiting on transition altitude at 18,000 feet. The altimeters are 3001 currently. One thing we can do now while we have time, let's get the... Oh, Oakland Center just came on. I wonder if we're in their airspace or not. Probably not. Let's see. Nope, we just dodged it. It would have been nice if we had Oakland Center on it, but... This guy. Nope. That's us, right here. No ATC tonight. I rarely see Seattle Center manned. That's a shame. More people would fly here if they did. Alright, let's get the CTAF frequency. ONT-PDX. 123775. Alright. 123775. Alright, crew, we're descending. Let's take a look at our profile. A little bit high. You can see right here. Because we're children of the magenta, right? Oh, okay. No. MD-95 driver. Let's do Barrow then. Let's see, how do I get Barrow on here? Let's do Barrow then. We're definitely Cat 1. Let's check that Barrow. Let's check the minimums for... let's see here. Minimums 306 Barrow. So be it. Let's do that. Won't hurt nothing. 306 Barrow. Set. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. .306 Barrow for the decision night. Okay, we're back on profile. Coming right. Let's see if I can get a weather update. Okay, I got a new weather update here. The wind is 300 at 11. So we have no more gusts, so let's take that out. So our initial V approach was 159, so we're right back down to 159. That should help us get slowed down a little bit faster. That's 5 knots less we got to carry over the threshold. Here, I'll show you. altimeter 3002. Still clear skies. Everything else is, this is information Zulu. No more gust. Cool. Okay, cool. So we got crew, that's an update. V approach is now 159 again. Okay, add drag. Okay, speed brakes extend. Hey, speed brake retract. So right off the bat, I just noticed now when I extended my speed brakes, I had a way less nose down pitching moment than I did before. So that's already telling me that the changes that I've made to the flight model are working. Because typically when you extend the speed brakes on this thing before, it would push the nose down pretty hard. That's not the case right now. That's good. That bodes well for our landing. Let's hope it stays that way. Okay, standby transition altitude 3002. Okay, set. Cross check and on the standby. Okay, altimeter set, cross checked. Okay, to the line. Next is going to be exterior lights, 10,000 feet. All right, let's get this bad boy slowed down. Oh, I'll bet. It's really cool you get to do a jump seat, man. What do you think about the cockpit ergonomics? And I know they're quite dated now. I mean, this is 1980s, 1990s avionics, but how do you find that they hold up to modern stuff? Pretty good? Well, if you're an MD-95 driver, if you fly 717s, it's probably very similar to what you're used to then. Add drag. Okay, speed brakes extend. Okay, speed brake retract. Well, that's good to know. All right, looking good, guys. On profile, on speed. Looking good. First time in Portland in a long time. I'm looking forward to this. I actually flew into Portland about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, with my girlfriend. Her sister lives up there, and we went up to Portland for a little getaway, I guess. I really like Oregon. It was really cool. And everybody likes to talk trash about Portland and how gross it is with the bums and the homeless people. But you know what? I've been to a lot of big cities, and they're all like that. Like, Portland was no worse than Seattle, San Francisco, Sacramento. They're all like that. So I don't think that Portland's any worse than anywhere else I've ever been. So anyway, I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I need to be paying attention to what I'm doing, right? Look at that. Look at that path error. Basically none. Alright. Okay, stand by, coming up, right turn. Okay. Holding at 13,000 feet. Once we cross Vance, we'll start down to 10. Oh, PDX approach! Woohoo! We got some ATC. 12435. Okay. Wow. I was talking trash about these guys not being on, and now we got approach controller. So we got ATC. Let's go. Alright. 135. Portland approach, good evening, UPS 3502 with you descending through 118,000 for 10,000. Looking for the ILS 28 left approach.
UPS 3502, heavy, Portland approach ident.
Ident 3502 heavy.
UPS 3502 heavy, thanks, radar contact 23 miles southeast of the Newburgh VOR. And where are you direct to now?
Direct to Maver, and then to Wallap after.
UPS 3502 heavy, roger. Cross Maver at about 4,000. Clear the ILS 28 left approach.
Okay, cleared ILS 28 left approach. UPS 3502. Alright, crew, we're...
3502 heavy, the Portland altimeter 3002.
Copy. Okay, let's slow her down. We're really fast here. Let's get some speed break out. And then we're cleared down to 4,000 feet, crew. But let's get some speed. Let's get this speed down before we do it. Wow, Portland approach came online because they saw us coming in. That's why. They just saw the MD-11 coming in. They just had to get a piece of that action. All right, let's go slats extend. Oh, no. Whoa. Okay, clear to 4,000. Good, Pigeon. I'm glad you got a good takeoff in, man. That's always a nice feeling, isn't it? All right, let's go FMS speed. Profile down to 4. Alright, speed brake, retract. Hey guys, check it out straight ahead. That's Mount Hood. Beautiful. I love this part of the country. And look at, is that Mount Shasta over there? Oh, this is so cool. I gotta get a screenshot of this. With Mount Hood in the background. Print screen. Hold on. Guys, I gotta get a screenshot of this. It's too awesome to not. Alright. Oh, awesome. Alright, okay, back to the game. Ooh, whoa, way too fast, way too fast. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's get this thing slowed down, like, right now. way too fast. All right.
Stabilizer motion.
I was too busy taking screenshots, not paying attention to my airspeed. All right, let's get her slowed down. All right, let's take it down to 3,700. And I forgot, exterior lights are all on. Set approach checklist complete. That down there. All right, speed brake track, flaps 15. Oh, it's okay, man. You should be flying your own plane. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
Stabilizer motion.
Check. Oh, look at that Mount Hood right there. So beautiful. The Pacific Northwest is so beautiful. I love it up there. Okay, how are we looking here? Slowing down? Alright, approach and land is armed. Okay, let's go ahead and do some housekeeping things here. Speed brake, extend, auto brakes minimum.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. Okay, ILS is alive, tuned in, looking for glide slope and localizer. Alright, we're getting her slowed down real good now. We should start seeing the auto throttle pick up the thrust here. There it is. Ugh, airport's out there in the sun somewhere. We may have to put our shades on.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, sunglasses on. Okay, glide slope is alive. Looking for the localizer. Alright, looking really good, guys. Okay, coming left. Localizer capture. Alright.
Stabilizer motion.
Look at that sunset. Okay, glide slope capture. Let's go flaps 28. I cannot see the airport. Okay, I see it out there.
Stabilizer motion.
Holy crap, that sun is gnarly. Ugh. Okay, let's go gear down. I got my sunglasses on and it's still bright. And let's go flaps 35.
Yes, 3502 Heavy contact Portland Tower 123.77 Quebec.
2377 for UPS 3502, so on. Wow, we got tower too, huh? Portland Tower, good evening. UPS 3502 Heavy on the ILS 28 left approach.
UPS 3502 Heavy, Portland Tower, good evening. Winds 2300 at 11. Runway 28 left, clear to land.
Clear land, 28 left, UPS 3502 heavy. Alright, crew, clear to land. Let's go before landing checklist.
500.
Landing gear, down 4 green. Spoiler handle, arm. Auto brake, set minimum. Slats and flaps, 35 set. Altimeters, cross check 3002. EAD checked, green box. Landing clearance is obtained before landing checklist complete. Alright. We're on speed, on profile. Everything's perfect. Wind is slightly to the right, more or less down the runway, so I don't really need to worry about much of a crosswind component here. Let's do a throttle alignment check and then I'll take it from here. Okay, throttles are aligned. Let's go auto throttle off. Autopilot off.
Autopilot.
Hey, I have control.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, autopilot left me a little mistrimmed here. Look how much aircraft nose up trim I got in, 7.6. Okay, a little low, correcting. Wow, I got a lot of trim in there. Okay, little low, correcting. $1,000 to go. Ah, wow, this is so nice. I love Portland. Tell me this is not a beautiful view, guys. A little slow, correcting.
400. Approaching minimum. 300.
Landing. Landing, continue. Alright guys, here's the big reveal.
300.
How's that nose down gonna be? Little low. Correcting.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, beautiful. I'm flying it down. Nice. Okay, reverse thrust. Oh, it's awesome. Okay, 80 knots, reverse idle, manual braking.
UPS 3502 heavy, turn left when able, contact ground on 121.9er. Have a good day.
Okay, 21.9 for UPS 3502. So long. Oh, guys, that was awesome. That felt so good. Alright, we're going to exit right here. Echo, just what I wanted. Oh, guys, that was so good. Alright, let's clear the runway. We'll stop and contact ground. Alright, let's stop right here. Contact ground. Parking brake set. Let's get him on the radio here. Alright, let's speed brake. Clear that up. 121.9er. Portland ground, good evening. UPS 3502 Heavy is clear runway 28 left at Echo. Taxi to south ramp. Uh-oh. Do I have the right frequency? 121.9, right? Portland ground, UPS 3502 Heavy. Portland Tower, UPS 3502 Heavy. Been trying to call ground on 219. He's not responding. We need a taxi to the south ramp. Okay.
UPS 3502, taxi via Echo 4 to the ramp.
Echo 4 to the ramp, UPS 3502 Heavy. Alright, crew, clear for taxi. Let's go. Man, that was a really nice landing. Let's see what Smart Cars thought of it. Oh, I don't want to tell you. It's lying. That was not 302 feet per minute. I'll tell you right now. Okay, we're looking for Echo 4 coming up. Let's go after landing checklist. Spoiler handle up. And disarm. Slats and flaps. Up retract. Auto brakes. Off. Radar switch. Off. Okay, here's our turn. Landing lights. Taxi lights. Wing and runway turn-off lights are off. High intensity lights are off. Wing and engine anti-ice is not required. APU. Started. Stabilizer trim. Wow. 7.9 aircraft nose up. Look at that thing. Alright, let's use the suitcase handles for that, because we'll be here all day otherwise. Okay. Stabilizer trim set aircraft nose up 3 degrees after landing checklist complete. You should... Okay, so if you're using heading select, that's not going to correct for your wind drift, right? So if you have wind coming from the side, it's going to blow you off course. So you would need to manually correct for that. Now, if you shouldn't be using heading select typically unless you've been assigned a heading to fly by ATC. You would normally want to be in... you want to be in nav mode, which will account for the wind drift. Coming left. And we're going to be parking over here. Let's give her a little power. Oh, I thought I turned off my strobe lights. There we go. Okay, then fly the heading. If you're assigned a heading, then fly it. They will account for your drift and will give you another heading if you're flying radar vectors right now. Don't worry about that. They're aware that there's going to be a wind drift if they give you a heading to fly. Alright, I see a parking spot up here. Right there. Okay, let's overshoot it a little bit and we'll start our turn. A little bit of left engine thrust. Okay, let's go to marshaller view. Hey, parking brake. And let's go parking checklist. Okay. Transponder. Standby. Fuel switches off. 3, 1. AAP powers on. And 2. Windshield anti-ice is off. Windshield defog off. Emergency power switch off. IRS switches off. Nose light is already off. Beacon light off. Wheel chocks are installed. Ground power unit installed. Parking brake released. External power is on. APU power is off. And the APU will go ahead and shut her down. That is it, guys. Parking checklist complete. That is it for the flight. Let's get her all opened up and get some of this, get this cargo unloaded here. Well, guys, thank you so much for flying with me down up to PDX tonight. It was a beautiful approach. I can't wait to go back and watch it. And the behavior of the aircraft on landing was really nice. I got to fly the nose down to the runway. It didn't just pile drive it in. And our CG was pretty far forward for an MD-11, so it was flying excellent. So I'm really excited by that. So the changes that I made are good. I think we can get it even better. But yeah, there it is. So if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I put on a good show for you. MD-11 is my bread and butter, and I really love it. So thanks for being here. And yeah, probably tomorrow night I'll be flying back down to Ontario from here. So if you'd like to catch the return flight, same time, same place, we'll head back to Ontario from Portland. But boy, how awesome as we arrived that Portland Tower, Portland Ground, Portland Clearance Delivery, ATIS, and Center all came on at the same time. What's the chance of that? That's awesome. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. Thank you so much.